So, Candace Jones here today with Ashley Chappa, and we are really late, I'm sorry, and today happens to be our talk on meal prep and being organized. So, drop the ball on that one, sorry about that, but, you know, it happens, and we're just going to go with flow anyways. Let me see, we have my little chart to keep me organized. But first I just wanted to start out and say meal prep is one of my least favorite things. And I'm sure you guys can relate because it's hard to like prepare and I guess.
It takes time to meal prep, to save time during a long week.
Yes, and honestly I feel like the more I don't know, when I became a mom, I became worse at meal prepping and getting organized. I used to be a lot better like when I played professionally because I was always on the run and on the go and in my car. So, you know, if you weren't prepared or you didn't have your handy dandy cooler with you, then like you were subject to, you know, having to find the next best thing. And unfortunately, there's more like Starbucks and drugstores on every corner, and I wish we had a juice bar in every corner instead. So, so you have to be prepared. You have to have things with you. You have to, know what kind of meals or recipes, or just have some sort of a plan. That way you can succeed at being healthier and, happier. So the first thing I want to just point out is just having limiting your days that you go out to shop, because a lot of times, if you're going multiple times, you're wasting time, and rather than, I don't know, how many times do you go shop? What do you do?
It depends. If I make an actual grocery list, then I'm pretty much set. I won't go back to the grocery store for anything, basically, during that entire week. And so I always try, and most of the time, if I don't get to make a list, I'm at the grocery store at least 2 or 3 more times.
Yeah. I definitely feel the same way. For me, the more, I guess, comfortable, or I usually make a lot of repeat meals. So if I haven't made a list, I'm okay, I just gravitate towards at least the produce aisle and just grab whatever looks good and then somehow make it all work. But I definitely feel if I haven't at least prepared myself in the sense of like you said, making a list, and that goes with coming up with a few recipes that you want to try, and we'll kind of go over that in a few minutes. Then you're just kind of subjected to maybe missing a couple of ingredients that we always miss that one ingredient that we have to go to the store for, and I end up going to the store with one ingredient in mind and coming back with a truckload of stuff. So my husband hates me for that because I'm always spending more than I need. So it's one thing about having a list and sticking to it, and it saves you money in the long run too.
Preparing that list, I always try to find things that are in common. For instance, I'll go with styles and flavors of food that I use the same ingredients for. I just use different spices, and so it's basically the same list. I just have different spices. I have different flavor additives that'll kind of change it. You know what I mean? It makes it easier. So it's just bulk rather than a lot of different little things. Yeah,
that's a good point. Because sometimes a random flavor might come up you need, basil.
Sun-dried tomatoes.
Yeah, something random that you don't usually use, and you can use that in other recipes. So that's a good point. One thing that I do like to stick to, for example, we live in Corpus Christi. I don't know if you have a Sprouts near you, but I like shopping on Wednesdays at Sprouts because they have double, I don't know, it's not coupons, but they do back-to-back their weekly specials. So it's always a better a bargain that way. But also just picking out when your farmers markets happen. So again, if you're in the Corpus Christi area, we have them Wednesdays downtown. And that's every Wednesday.
Like on the island?
Yeah, that's every other Thursday on the island. And then we have Saturdays also in Corpus Christi, which is on the Southside on Everhart. And the main thing, at least if you're trying to do the farmers markets, which I definitely recommend, because we always want to support our local farmers, because you know that they're the guys like hopefully going organically and like giving us the freshest, like best produce. And in Corpus, I would like to see it grow definitely, because every time I go, it's I would like to see more farmers, but you know you have to be like the first one there to get your produce, or sometimes like it kind of ends or runs out towards the end. I've had that a couple of times. But that's kind of just my advice with just limiting like your one day shopping, is just kind of like find, I guess, what works for your schedule. Like I said, I might try like Wednesdays, like I said, because of the deals at Sprouts, but because I like going to the farmers market, and like I live on the south side, so I try to go to the farmers market on Saturdays too to get like more produce. Okay, so like our next thing is to really just like try maybe like keep it simple by just doing like one or two like new recipes during the week. I know like especially if you're trying to do like a healthy lifestyle, you might like be like go hung and like trying to do like all these different like recipes, and you might have, I don't know, a whole list of them, and that might just be like confusing you or just like really like drowning you out. So my thing is just to keep it simple, just pick like one or two, and you know make extras, make leftovers. And
yeah, and if it's something new to you, I definitely recommend sticking to simple recipes as well is key. Like it's like you can pick one or two, but if those one or two are like crazy, outrageous, like difficult recipes, it'll slow you down. It'll again affect the shopping list. It'll kind of just keep it simple, and so you want to stick to like maybe a 5-ingredient recipe.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
and then use seasonings and stuff like that to like spice it up. And that's even at that. Most of the time, like you look at my plates, and it's basically pretty simple. I mean, 2 to 3 ingredients is like will pretty much make a plate for me.
Yeah, I say it all the time. Like I'm the laziest cook ever, because like I just like things that I can like simply just grab and put together, or like a smoothies and whatnot. One thing is too is like just to focus even on preparing dinners more as far as like recipes are concerned, because like breakfast and lunch is really easy. Like most people can get by or like to repeat and have like some sort of a routine with like doing the same breakfast like Monday through Friday. You can pretty much like be satisfied. Obviously like I like to switch it up sometimes, but yeah, just like focusing on the dinners, especially with, you know, when you're making it for families, everybody likes to sit down and have like more of a homely meal. One thing that I'm obsessed with is Pinterest. I don't know about you. So like I've always I've tried a lot of different ways at meal planning. Like there's ways that you can like clip all the stuff out and like put it pretty on your refrigerator and have it all like organized that way. That just like never worked for me. Like I have a board that I will just like write simply what we are having, but as far as like clipping out my recipes and having like a big binder, like that just does not work for me. Like
I'm actually just a really good cook, and so it's kind of like all in my head. I don't really have to have recipes. It's more of just putting together what you know, what you're familiar with, what you know tastes good, flavors that you like.
Yeah, just throwing it together.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be something that you actually need like an actual amount for. It's kind of a pinch of that, a pinch of this,
absolutely.
And like voila.
Yeah, and like that's kind of the thing. Like at least if you try like one or two recipes, you can start implementing it into your routine or like your go-to recipes that your families love. One thing, like I said, I love Pinterest, so I use that pretty much in my daily lifestyle, and I use it all the time for my business. I use it with my clients all the time. And one thing that I have been kind of like successful is just doing like, you can make like hundreds of boards. So I'll make like a secret board, say for myself, and I'll just like, if I have like a couple recipes that really speak to me and it's something that I really want to try, I'll put it in like a secret board, and I'll just put like, for this week, or just put a name that I know that's the recipes I want to try. And that way, you're not forgetting the ones you want to try, obviously, but because like I literally have like 70 boards, so you just like, when you look on Pinterest, you don't remember, oh, the awesome, like tonight I had an awesome like chickpea Caesar salad wrap, and you forget about those if they're not like right in your face. Yeah. So just that's my kind of tip of how I use Pinterest in like my daily life, because I'm always using it, and I like having everything in one place.
Yeah, and it makes sense because I actually do that same thing. Yeah. I'll put like this month, and like that's my board, and so it's everything that I want to get to and like kind of pay attention to that month. And like, it's just, we've never talked about this, and to have that in common, it means it works. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, it makes sense. So.
Mm-hmm. And another thing, like just kind of going on the Pinterest thing too, like it's a great place to follow. Like if you, instead of like following, say like your food bloggers or like food like websites, you can just like follow them on Pinterest, because they're already putting their recipes on Pinterest. So that's kind of my one-stop shop again, like where I go to.
Very convenient.
So I just like follow my people. But okay, yeah. So another way to kind of like organize you is to just, I say like give days a theme. And that's just kind of a fun way, like especially if you're cooking for like multiple people or a family, you can just say like Monday, it could be like your Meatless Monday or Taco Tuesdays, or like the list could be like kind of endless, and you can kind of rotate it. If you want to do like every other week, you can kind of switch it, but that way it just kind of like gives you focus when you're at least like trying to find recipes or thinking about recipes. Like, there's endless recipes for like pizza, and you can always make pizza like healthy, like there's raw pizza, there's everything. So, or pasta, like there's endless recipes out there. It's just kind of like, again, giving you a focus for that day. Definitely. Do you use something like that, or?
No. I've always thought about doing like Meatless Monday, but it never really.
It's whatever speaks to you.
Yeah, it'll be like that one day, and then the next Monday it's like, oh yeah, Meatless Monday.
It's like whatever works for you. Again, it's like I might be giving you 100 tips in this video today, so it's just.
But the whole point of beginning your meal prep is that you're becoming to turn it into a lifestyle. So you're making it convenient, so it'll be an everyday thing, not like a month thing. And so it's more of like, once you start to get in this groove, you don't need themes or stuff to kind of keep you motivated. It's kind of like, that's what we're trying to transition you into, to where it's just a natural decision. Going back to your intuitive talk, it's a natural decision. It'd be like, it just flows at this point. And so, and it only takes 21 days to make a habit. So make it a habit. It's so simple, it's quick, and like there's information on it everywhere. So. Yeah,
absolutely. And just like, I like having another expert here talking with me, because like what works for me and what works for Ashley, like it might not work for you, but you can like pick and choose like little snippets of like what people do, and just make that your kind of thing. So it's whatever works. It doesn't have to be one diet or one like workout. Like just find whatever you like and just go with it. Okay, so number 4 is just simply like make extra for leftovers. Like that is like the base of meal planning in itself. Like, so, especially again, like I said, like focusing on the dinners, you can make a big batch where you can have it for another meal. Hi guys, so I'm sorry, but we were cut off pretty much like right in the middle. I just received a phone call as I was taping this on my phone, so I apologize, but I do want to like kind of say that we would love if this was more interactive. So if you have any questions or comments or anything, just like feel free to just type in and send your love your way, because that's kind of what we're here for. And I know it's just like this is my first or second video that I'm doing of the 15. So as I continue doing the videos, I'm sure everybody's gonna get like kind of used to it and be here. So I think we left off pretty much at the end. We were talking about number 3, about giving weekdays a theme. So we pretty much got that down. So we're gonna just continue on and talk about like the fourth tip, which is simply just making extra whenever you're preparing food, like making extra for leftovers. And I mean, that's pretty much like the basis of any sort of meal prep tip. Like that's the basis of meal preparation. And
definitely.
So go for it.
And what I said was basically just preparing enough chicken or sweet potato, whatever it is, with the basic seasoning, salt, pepper, and then removing it from whatever dish or pan you're making and adding your other ingredients for the actual meal. But you'll actually have just like a basic base for your next meal, for your next, whatever it rather be, whether it's for lunch or for breakfast, making a large batch. It's just simple. I mean, everything needs spices,
you could use like staple ingredients. It's funny because I already talked about this.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's really awkward.
I feel like we're going in deja vu because we just said this.
Yeah.
But using like something like quinoa, which is just a great like superfood staple that you can use for savory dishes, whether you're using it for dinner or you can make extra and add it into like a wrap for lunch, or even just make like a porridge breakfast cereal instead of like an oatmeal. You make it for breakfast, and I do that, or I have done that often. I don't do as many grains as I used to, but it's just one of my favorite go-tos that I like to use. And like she said, sweet potatoes, it's awesome because it takes a while to cook a sweet potato, and if you just make a large batch, you can do it, make mashed sweet potatoes or make extra that you can, put into soups or add into omelets, like things like that.
I just love roasting sweet potatoes.
Yeah, absolutely.
They seem to pair well with a lot of things.
And you can add, like, I've had a lot of like omelet or breakfasts with sweet potatoes too, so they're great.
Like a breakfast hash with sweet potatoes, phenomenal. Just adding basic like onions and like fire roasted red peppers. It's delicious. Like, try it. Simple, absolutely. Quick, super good.
Yeah. So make extras. Even like leftover dinners, like make 2 batches so that you can use it again for another meal or another dinner, or like again, like use it, take it away for lunch. Like just make extra, especially if you already like the meal that you're making and you know it works well for you. Just make more.
Definitely.
Okay, so our 5th one and last one is to simply just like go ahead and do small preparation by like pre-cutting your fruits and vegetables, or just making like hummus, like dips like that you can take away. And I used to use like my kind of like handy dandy cooler to basically, I would meal prep the night before, just kind of like you were going to school and like planning out your outfits. I would make sure that my day was set with the snacks that I needed for the day, or even just to have my lunch already set. One thing I like to recommend with clients is a good tip is just doing like smoothie bags too, and just like go ahead and make freezer bags and like put all your ingredients for your smoothies, maybe just for that week. Just make like 2 or 3 extra, but that way, like in the morning, all you have to do is throw it into the blender, or you can even go as far as already putting your ingredients in the blender cup and just put that in the fridge, and in the morning all you have to do is like stick it on and just blend it all up. So it's like as easy as that, but just doing something simple as that, like, it saves time.
Said, like, I don't have a cooler, very fancy and organized. I just basically jar up my
grab
stuff,
it. Yeah.
put it in bags in the morning. I have a backpack with me. I travel all around Corpus all day long teaching. And so most of the time it's just like grabbing everything from my fridge, throwing it in my backpack, and I'm off. You know, it's in mason jars. Like I said, I travel a lot. It's usually in my cup holder, in my vehicle. It makes it easy, like very convenient for me to drive and set it down, drive, set it down. You know, it just works.
Very
like
cool.
find what works for you, what makes it faster.
Yeah. I'm exhausted because this is my second time going through this. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about like meal planning. Just again, like what Ashley said, just find what works for you. Find a couple of tips that stand out to you, and just try them, and you'll be surprised just like how better you feel, how much more time you might have, and just how I would say more relaxed, because you're reducing all that stress and anxiety that comes with not knowing, you know, what meal is coming, or like just, you know, that's stress in and of itself. Like I said before, many people miss this because I taped it before, but it sucks when you're like hungry and, you know, you open up your fridge and like you're looking around for something already hot and delicious and made, but you know, so just already having it made, or having at least something in your head as far as having a recipe and a guide, you'll stick to your plan, and you'll stick to your healthy lifestyle, and that's what it's all about, is just constantly being somewhat prepared.
Definitely. I mean, it'll like keep you from ordering takeout, and you know, just being more mindful, and like you said in your intuitive talk, it's just kind of being aware of what you are going to eat, what you're about to eat, making it more of a lifestyle rather than a tedious task. I mean, once you get used to it, it just becomes like an everyday part of your life.
Yeah.
If you don't maintain this lifestyle, it feels like you're literally doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And so it'll throw you off. And I mean,
yeah, it's not even about being obsessed or like making like healthy living an obsession. It's just making it, like you said, like as easy,
more natural.
Yeah,
easy to flow with, easy to work with.
Yeah, everything to make it a lifestyle, or to make a new habit, it takes time, and like you said even earlier, it takes 21 days to make a new habit. So you just gotta stick with it, keep trying, just doing little changes every day. And I'm sorry, my dog is barking in the background. So we are real here. But yeah, just keep trying, and I love you guys for watching. You can continue watching. I'm going to be doing a couple more videos. This is the second of 15 that I'm going to be doing at 8 o'clock, and tomorrow night is going to be my talk on water and hydration. I'm going to have my friend Michelle from, Matcha Konomi. It's a food truck here in Corpus Christi, very healthy, based on matcha tea, which is a superfood and amazing. So I'm excited to try it. And yeah, tell us a little bit about your schedule. And you're a yoga teacher here in Corpus. She's everywhere. So just tell us a little bit.
Yeah. So I am Ashley. I do teach yoga. My most popular classes would be Rooftop at All Good Fitness downtown Corpus Christi. Amazing view. Tuesday, Thursday, 6 to 7. Saturdays, 7:30 to 8:30 in the morning, followed by mimosas, fruit. Just a little something to kind of help us relax a little more, enjoy our weekend. Another would be, I'm also at the Islands now, and so if you're available for mornings on Mondays, 9 o'clock over there. Tuesday, Thursday at noon, and there's also, we have a stacked schedule. We have a lot of amazing teachers out there, and so just check us out, see what we have to offer. And I'm also working with Coastal Wellness now with Candace, and so there's a lot to be held in the future with that as well.
Absolutely.
So look for the schedule.
Yeah, Coastal Wellness. If you don't know, I am their health coach there, or I would say my practice is within the umbrella of Coastal Wellness, and I'm super excited to be a part of their family and the new beginnings happening there. They are expanding into a new, new area. And it's gonna be awesome. They're gonna have a big yoga studio for all sorts of exercises, but also great for free education classes that will be held there. I'll be doing a lot of classes, I'm sure, in the future on various nutrition topics, but we're gonna also have a great juice bar and like coffee bar and all sorts of essential oil and all sorts of like products that you can buy and just to better yourself on the inside and out.
Definitely. So if you're into holistic, like just wellness in itself, health, I mean, stop by. It's a cool crew. Everyone's super friendly. I mean, you'll be with like-minded people. It's just something like to stop by and check out. You enjoy it. Like there's a lot to enjoy, and there's a lot of different areas that it actually offers, and so. You won't be left out. Yeah,
so again, thank you guys for checking in. I'm sorry for the mix-up again for the video. I know as I progress, I will get better with all this text stuff, so just bear with me. But I love you guys again for watching. Please give us a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, tell them all about hopefully what I'm doing and what Ashley's doing. We'll put some more, like a link in the comments below for like where you can find Ashley's stuff and or her like schedule and whatnot, and you can follow her. But again, thank you guys. Love you. Sorry for the break in between the World Series. You can now continue watching. Bye. How do I end? Crap. Look pretty, Ashley.